welcome to the Love and the Marriage Squeeze podcast. I am Anyetia Antia Obong, and I am here with Farrah Blakely. Farrah is a certified relationship coach, life coach, and mindfulness practitioner. She transforms your limiting beliefs to help you achieve your desired relationship and results. Like, how great is that? So Farrah helps busy professionals attract the ideal partner and build healthy, successful, and lasting relationships, because we need that love to last, right? So for singles, she is here to guide you to love by optimizing your inner energy for attraction. And if you're in a relationship, she'll help you revitalize your inner energy to create sparks in your love life and overcome hindrances. Yes, Farrah is all of that. I have loved getting to know her, becoming friends with her, and I've learned so much from her already. So welcome to the podcast, Farrah.
Thank you so much. And thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Yeah, you're all that. You're all that. So, and I want to jump right in because it is the holidays and folks are like ready to like enjoy the holidays and do their thing. I'm ready. I got my usual holiday fare on. Like, this is my holiday scarf. You know, it's
love
red
it. I love it.
And black, like, you know, little, yep, I'm all ready with a little bit of white. This is my holiday wear. Probably in most of my family, like photos from the many years, this is my scarf.
It's your Christmas scarf. Okay.
This is my Christmas scarf. So I'm wearing my black, red, and white Christmas scarf. And I got on my Christmas earrings here. So I'm all ready. And one of the things that I think about when we talk about the holidays and relationships is, you know, being in relationships and dating someone around the holidays, like, and gift giving. And because I don't know, are you a big gift giver?
I am, to a certain degree. To me, gift giving can be like a hassle. So I'm more of a planner when it comes to gift giving. Like, I have a list of very specific people, and I kind of like budget for each person, and I know ahead of time what I'm going to get for them. So I fall like kind of in the middle of the road when it comes to gift giving. I'm not like one of those people that just like loves the shopping and the wrapping and the searching. I'm not that person. So I probably fall like middle of the road around gift giving.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I feel like when I was younger, I was more like into it, and like me and my cousin would go out and like Christmas Eve buy all of our gifts. Like we were young. We'd wait till the last minute and go shopping. And like that was fun. But we don't do that anymore. Right?
No.
So it's not the same thing. So, all right. So when it comes to dating, how long should you be dating someone before you consider giving them a gift for the holidays?
Oh, that's such a good question. I feel like you need to be dating them. Okay, so there's two parts of this question. So I feel like you should be dating them, I would say, anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And in that 3 to 6 months, you both have, I guess, identified, you both are on the same page about where this relationship is going. So you're both comfortable in this space of 3 to 6 months and where it's going. If you haven't had that conversation, then I would suggest either have that conversation or just don't get into the gift giving expectation at that point. But those two factors, I think, are the main ones to focus on.
I like that, because you do need to know kind of where you're going for this to work out. And
yes. Yes. I mean, unless you just like giving gifts and, you know, nothing in return and you're fine with that, like, you know, because I mean, people do that. People take gifts and be like, all right, thanks, it's been great.
Yeah. So you're saying, so should you discuss the gift giving with them in advance to set expectations and parameters on, you know, hey, I'm not going to give you a big gift, or I'm going big, or kind of whatever it is. It's like, because, you know, I'm sure you've seen those situations or heard of them where someone goes all out and buys like a big gift for someone, and they get like this tiny gift in advance, you know, in exchange. Like they go out and give them like, I don't know, a fur coat or whatever. That's kind of extreme. But, you know, they get them a bag. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the guy went and bought her like the bag she wanted. And, you know, great gift. And she wasn't really interested in pursuing this relationship any further past the holidays. So, you get a $2,500 bag and adios, Bob.
Exactly. And you probably got like a $25 like gift card in exchange. Like, here you go, go get you some coffee.
Yeah. 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 Exactly.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So thinking about, okay, me and my new dating partner, we've decided that we're going to give gifts. What type of gift should you give? I mean, do you go for something meaningful or something general? Especially, if it's a new relationship we're talking about, right? What do you do?
So again, that goes back to where are you in this relationship and are both of you on the same page? So if you just met someone, you're still getting to know them, you're not sure how committed you want to be, and you're not sure if this is someone that, you could see yourself with for another 3 months. It's just very brand new. Then I think the idea is best to keep it simple, to keep it cheap. It's cheap not in the quality, but just cheap in the amount that you're spending and the time that you're putting into the gift. I think you should keep it like that. And like I said, that keeps from this pressure happening, because sometimes when it's not been that long, you give someone a great gift. It's meaningful, it's expensive, or it's just something that has a societal meaning behind it. Then the receiver can feel this pressure like, oh, because I got this gift, it means we're now serious.
Yeah, for sure.
We are now committed to each other forever, yet and you just haven't been with the person long enough to have that. So I do think keeping it small and simple is best when you're in a new relationship or just started dating.
Okay, ladies, you hear that? Small and simple. Don't go out buying him a bunch of stuff and super expensive, new, I don't know, speakers for your car. Here, go to gift certificate, however much those cost. So we're keeping it simple. We're not going to spend too much. So what's kind of again, you've been dating 3 to 6 months. What's a good dollar amount to spend?
I would say under $50. Of course, you got to know your budget. And I think something simple could be, if you like to bake them some cookies, bake them a Christmas pound cake or something, a sweet treat. Those type of gifts go a long way during the holidays. If you're into arts and crafts, make them an ornament, or, you can buy them an ornament for a Christmas tree, like something very simple, low key. There's no meaning behind it other than, you just thought it was a nice gesture. And there's not a lot of pressure for you to give it and for them to receive it. So those types of gifts with a budget of like $50 or less, I think you're safe.
I like that. I like that a lot, like the $50 or less, because, I'm a budget person. Like, I also like to go down to the dollar store and just find some great gifts.
Me too. Dollar store, do not sleep on the dollar store, okay, around Christmas time.
I know. Yeah. I found some great gifts there, like this for $20, this for $10, like a dollar store is good for me. And I have to also admit, so like if this is a new relationship, I'm one of those people like I'm kind of holding back. I'm a hold backer.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you don't know, and the other thing with the holidays, this happens to everybody, not just women, but around the holidays, we get a little more sentimental, right? So we're like feeling extra cozy and extra warm and fluffy. And so everything's just great. Like everything's just great, right? But then when the holidays end, and reality is back to, normal. Now we're like, I mean, he's nice and everything, but I don't know if I want to keep seeing it.
So true.
You know what I mean? It's just, you have to keep that in mind, which is why I say when it's early in the stage of dating, like skip the gift or get something very small and inexpensive.
That's such great advice. And I mean, and I have been there. I mean, it wasn't someone that I was, newly dating, but I do remember a while back, I had been dating someone. This was like college years. And I'm like, oh, it's Christmas. Like you said, I was all just sentimental. Let me go out and shop and give him something special. So I went out and bought him, a bunch of things that I thought that he would really like, some nice jeans that were like, expensive and, some cologne. Like I just went out. But in the back of my mind, like the relationship wasn't going so well, right? But I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm just not going, I'm just going to go ahead and get these gifts. And I got those gifts. And shortly after the holidays, we were done.
See what I mean? It happens so often. So often. Yeah.
Yeah, we were done. And I mean, I'm not the kind of person to regret having given you a gift because like, I think, you put the love out there in whatever way that
Yeah.
you put it out there. You give people love. You don't have to, it necessarily expect you're going to get it all back from the same person.
Right.
You just put it out there. So I didn't feel bad about it, but I was kind of like, yeah, if I had known,
right?
I would have spent that money on myself. But but God bless them and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yes. I completely agree. Yeah, I think the holiday spirit, we got to get wrapped up in, how society like colors it and shows these pictures of like the happy family or happy couple or whatever. And we kind of buy into that and want that for ourselves, but not realizing that it's literally just to sell Christmas gifts. Like that's all it's for. It's not the actual reality that can happen especially when you're first dating someone. Now, if you've been in a relationship for quite a while, it's a different set of rules.
Tell me about some of those set of rules for these ladies who are listening, who have been in a relationship with their man for a while, or the men who've, been in a relationship with their woman and they want to kind of treat them well. What are some of the different rules? I mean, can you just go ahead and splurge, or, what is it? Or how long do I have to wait to splurge on my man?
I think if you're in a relationship, it's established that every year you need to have a discussion about the expectations. And, if you guys are living together, so maybe you share a budget or you have a budget that you both, utilize to live together or whatever. I think there needs to be a conversation about that just to understand, okay, this year, I know last year I spent like $5,000 on Christmas gifts, but we're not doing this year. This year, my budget is $500 or whatever it is for you both to be on the same page. Because I've also seen it when people are in relationships, they've been together for years, and they're like, I don't know why my husband or my boyfriend gives me these sucky gifts. Like I'm getting him these great gifts and I'm getting these sucky gifts and I don't understand. So I just think it's a conversation. Yes, it does happen. Yes, it does.
And so for those women, do you recommend that they say, hey, babe, like these are the things that I want for Christmas. Here's a list, of the 3 things that I might want because I want good gifts and I need you to go ahead and bring it.
Yes. Personally, this is what I do with my boyfriend. Like all year, like I'm collecting like data for him, right? Because he needs help. Right. And he has admitted that he needs help. And I am happy to help him. Okay. So I collect things that I see or that I like. And, I shoot him, a text with a picture or whatever. And then even at Christmas time, I give him a Christmas list. He doesn't need to ask me. I'm giving him a Christmas list. And yes. I literally put the link. If it's on Amazon, I might share the link. If there's a store, I give them the store name and the location of the store and a picture of what it is. Like, this is how, like, direct you have to be with your partner. If they're not good at it, they don't know what to get you. So they always end up guessing and it sucks. You just got to be honest. And same for, guys to women. Guys can do the same thing to their girlfriend or wife, just, say what you want and allow them to go get it for you.
I love it. I feel like that's the only way to do it. It's like to be direct about what it is that you want. I mean, you could let them guess, of course, but if you want to be happy with that gift and you're picky, because I mean, let's be honest, ladies, men aren't usually that picky. They're not, but some of us ladies are often very picky. And we want something specific. So I feel like ladies, just go ahead and tell them what you want. Be direct so that you can be happy.
Yes.
And merry. Yes. It's a merry, merry Christmas. Right?
Yes. And I will tell you something. Guys actually prefer if you just are direct about it. I'm not saying that's like every single guy, but I know a lot of guys are just like, please tell me what you want and just like where I need to find it. And that takes the pressure of them trying to figure it out and like read our minds, because that's very difficult. They don't know how to do that.
Absolutely. We put so much pressure around the holidays. There's the expectation and this idea of it just being perfect. We
Yes.
see all these Hallmark movies and, it's Christmas, in the best of every
Yeah.
way, it's Christmas
Yeah.
with the lights and the gifts and the love and the snow. And there's so much expectation around it just being really perfect. And it's not always that way.
Yeah.
So if in the case of gift giving, you get a gift you don't like, how do you handle it? How do you handle that situation with the guy that you're newly dating, or even, a guy you've been with for a while? How do you handle that?
Well, I guess it depends on the type of person you are, your personality. My personality, you can read it on my face if I don't like something. So I can't really hide it, but there may be other personalities where they can hide it. And I think you should be honest as delicately as you can, because that is a sensitive area for a lot of people when they put time and effort, because it's kind of like being vulnerable, giving this, gift as an extension of yourself to this person, then they don't like it. So I'm an advocate for just be honest, but be delicate because their feelings are involved, and just let them know what would have been great. You know what? This would have been a great gift if it was in my favorite color, pink. But I
Yes.
mean, this is great, but I think I would like it better in pink or whatever it is.
I love that. Direct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to that directness.
Direct. All about being direct. Some of us are going to have a problem like just giving a gift back or saying like, hey, I don't want this. Right. So for those of us who decide it's not my favorite, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Now, do we have to use the gift that we're given? Like if you get a really ugly sweater, with like reindeer on it and like, I don't know, just something that's just terribly ugly. Do you have to wear it? Do you have to take pictures in it and post it online? I mean, you know how we are. Like some of us want to please our man and like, oh, sweetie, I love it. And yeah, but you don't like it so much. Like, because there's always this pleasing of other people, especially during the holidays. So, what do you do in a situation like that?
I would not advise to do that unless you want to receive more gifts like that, because you're kind of validating that this gift is great. And look, I'm showing it off. But I think if you do the other way, like you got an ugly sweater, you don't wear it. If you got a piece of jewelry that was hideous, you tuck it away. But you want to kind of let them know based on your behavior that you liked it or didn't like it. So if you don't wear it, you don't have it out, for other people to see, then you're kind of confirming that I didn't really like this gift. But if you wear it, you got it on when they come over, you're taking pictures and posting it on social media, then they're like, wow, yeah, she liked my gift. This is one I'm going to keep on the list going forward because she likes sweaters or she likes that type of jewelry. When that's not the case. Now you've got a closet full of ugly sweaters for the rest of your life.
And that happens. Some people do that. Like some people will get something that they don't like and they'll hold on to it and keep it and not admit that they don't like it. And like I've seen that where they get more of the same thing. And yeah, like just being direct and saying what you do or you don't like, or this is what I want, this is what's on my Christmas list makes a lot more sense than getting more of what you don't like. So
yeah. It's a slippery slope. I know it's a slippery slope because gift giving is so personal and people's feelings are involved. So yeah, you just have to be delicate and, sometimes even asking the right questions when they give you something that you're like, this is not my style at all. Like, why would he pick this for me? And even asking the question, honey, what made you pick this for me? Because I've never worn anything like this before. What made you pick this gift?
What if he's like, baby, I want to see you in it. Can you wear it for me anyway?
And well, you could be like, well, the house is the only place I'm going to wear it, darling. These four walls will be the only place I'm wearing this sweater.
Oh, that is so fair enough. It's fair enough. So, what if you're with a man and, y'all are newly dating and you break up shortly after Christmas and he wants his gift back, right? He's mad. His feelings are hurt. He wants his gift back. How do you respond? What do you do?
Well, you can always do the good old ghosting technique and ignore the texts or phone calls. But I mean, you can always just give it back to him, and you just want to be like, cut your losses and be like, here, take this back because, I don't want all this negativity around it. If he's blowing up your phone, whatever, you can always take that route. Usually if they're a stand-up guy, they're going to just like cut their losses and be like, okay, so be it. But if that does happen, like I said, you can either ignore the request,
Mm-hmm.
or you can give it back to them. He may have been giving it to you under the thought process that, I really like you. I want to make this work. I want us to go forward and create a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And now that that's not happening, maybe he wouldn't have given that gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all about the expectations. They're not set out at the beginning. And that's what I'm hearing. It's just being direct as much as we can about what our expectations are, what our budget will be, whether or not we feel like we are going to continue this relationship. It's just always having that direct communication and not feeling bad if it doesn't work out.
Exactly. Because I mean, it can't always work out because the person that's for you, you have to make space for them to come in. So there will be times where it's like you met someone, it was great. A couple of weeks later, it wasn't great. So, it's time to end it.
Yeah. And I feel like, around gift giving and, relationships kind of going sour, I feel like that's a real place to see where the relationship wasn't going to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like when somebody gives you something, I feel like they should just give it to you from their heart and you don't expect anything back, right?
Right.
And so to me, if a man comes and he's like, well, I want my stuff back, whatever, I'm like, okay, like it doesn't feel good anymore. It doesn't feel like you gave it out of the kindness of your heart. Because I feel like when you give, you just give it out. You just get a love. You don't expect it back. And so the moment you come asking for something back is like, you weren't really free in your love. You weren't really free.
Yes.
And that's something that I would want. Someone who's like, I give it freely and I don't worry about the return. And to me, that's an important characteristic to have, in a partner. What do you think?
Absolutely. Oh, 100% agree. Which to me may dampen the whatever the gift was, when you hold that and now you have it, it's in your home. So now when you realize it, come back and ask for it. Now it's like, it kind of puts this negative energy over it. Like, that's why my response was, well, yeah, just give it back to him. Because I don't want something in my possession, regardless of how nice it was or whatever, that you gave to me with this intent of, you can have it as long as I get whatever from you. That kind of has this negative energy in it. And so it's like, here's your negative energy back. Get it away from my space because that's not me. So that's why I say you can give it back to them. But if you're like OG and you just ignore the text or the phone call, it'd be like, oh, I didn't see that.
Right. I'm all for it. I'm all for like giving it back and keeping the energy positive. I mean, especially, all the time, but especially around the holidays when we're supposed to be, feeling joyous and connecting to the spirit of the holidays. So I get that. So this has been awesome. I learned to be direct. That's just the best way to do, everything as far as communicating what it is that you want, what it is that you expect. And that'll lead us to more happiness in what we give as well as what we receive. Farrah, thank you so much for being here, giving us some tips and advice on how to handle the holidays and gift giving, whether we're single or whether we're in a relationship. This has been really, really fun and enlightening. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Thank you for listening. And thanks again to our guest, Farrah Blakely, for all the do's and don'ts for shopping for your bae this holiday season. We'd love to have you back, so make sure to subscribe to the podcast and visit our website at themarriagesqueeze.com to get the latest updates on the docuseries. This podcast is produced by yours truly and Jessica Estelle Huggins. A big thank you to our production team, coordinator Michelle Cantu, and editor Johanna Rubin. I'll see you next time. Until then, I'm sending lots of love your way.